Blue Spike and Royal had just awoke from a rough night at the strip club. It was the same night Blue Spike learned that Royal had a strap-on stitched on top of his fanny. It started when Royal asked Blue Spike if he wanted to come around to play a fun game. Blue Spike accepted, thinking it was just some shit like CSGO. He was wrong. Blue Spike sped over to Royal's dank crib on a tricycle, because Blue Spike can't ride a bike. Royal quickly let him in and offered him a drink. Before Blue Spike knew it, he was horny as fuck and wanted to fuck Royal. Royal then offered to stick his AWP Dragonlore inside Blue Spike's tight rectum. Blue Spike happily accepted, dribbling in anticipation. Minutes into the affair, Blue Spike began groaning hard as Royal pounded his giant thick cock into Blue Spike's ass. Before the affair could continue, Blue Spike suggested they got even hornier at the local strip club. Royal reluctantly agreed, knowing his secret would most likely be revealed soon. Both went to separate suites to tidy themselves up a bit before they left out, as to try to hide the sexual endeavors they just had. Blue Spike stripped down to his bare cheeks just as Royal opened the door and slapped his left cheek. Blue Spike heard "I'm ready," shuddered into his ears. The strip club turned dark quickly. Not long after they arrived, Royal claimed he hid blue balls whilst they were showering the stripper dancing around the pole with money. He profoundly asks Blue Spike to finish him off. Blue Spike was ready for the stained white clothes that he would have afterwards. They went to the toilet and pulled out all of the condoms from the dispenser and proceeded to barricade the handle and stick it to the wall, so nobody could intrude the intercourse they were about to have. It was all what they desired until Blue Spike heard a loud rip and realized stitches were falling out of Royal's crotch area. Royal's cock was now hanging off by a thread of a stitch and blood was gushing out of the now hole in his crotch. Royal thought fast about how to fix it and decided to quickly come and use the hentai amount of cum. It then cemented over the hole in a matter of seconds. Royal quickly put some clothes on and busted down the door of the toilet and ran off into the night. Blue Spike decided to hang around after to make it look less suspicious. After about 30 minutes, Blue Spike decided to leave, shortly after he got a message on his phone stating how unpure they both were, and to meet up 1 week later. Blue Spike, with his now ravaged mind, agreed. It all started now. Chapter 2. Blue Spike was stood in the dark, soggy sewers when he saw a figure emerge wearing tight underpants and a sweaty belly top. When the figure began to speak, Blue Spike realized it was Royal ... dressed oddly. Royal proposed Blue Spike wore the same outfit and they become coon raiders together. Blue Spike realized that if he did not do this, Royal would snitch into the police that they were sex offenders. Blue Spike reluctantly put on the clothes. Royal claimed he saw an advert on Craigslist regarding a threesome at an abandoned hotel nearby them. Royal led Blue Spike out of the sewers and across the road to his red Banshee. Blue Spike stopped and looked back into the dark sewers when he heard Royal shout, "Hurry the fuck up, you lil 13-year-old, slow immigrant." Blue Spike then quickly followed on. Ultimate had just pulled into the hotel parking lot and spied out 2 other cars parked nearby. One was parked oddly slanted as if they were drunk, the other was crashed into a tree. Was Ultimate rethinking his decision? No. He is pretty fucking horny and wants some good sex. Ultimate gracefully slid between a slit in 2 boards and was in the hotel. The Craigslist ad stated he had to go to room 23, so he began walking up the steps of the staircase. When he reached the 2nd floor, he stopped and walked down the damp corridor and spied out room 23. He got closer to the door and just as he was about to open it, it swung open to 2 dirty people. Ultimate greeted them, but one refused to talk, the other welcomed Ultimate with a slurred hello. Ultimate proclaimed that his name was ... Ultimate, and the man that talked stated that his name was Freak, and the kid that didn't talk was called Baz. They all got undressed and Freak pulled out an 18-inch dildo and a massive strap-on and strapped it onto Baz. They began to fuck violently. Blue Spike and Royal, dressed in their attire, spied out the hotel with a pair of binoculars Royal had handy. Blue Spike then questioned Royal on why they were even here. Royal just showed Blue Spike a camera and he realized why. The only way they could get into the building is if they scaled a tall building up to the window and balanced on the ledge. So they began to climb. When they got closer to the window, Royal grabbed a balcony above room 23 and pressed the camera up against the glass and began to record. Baz was refusing to remove his IRA uniform and Ultimate refused to remove his hoodie, trackies and gold chains, but opened up the zipper to stick his dick through. Freak just got naked because he's a freak. Baz pulled out a potato with a hole in the middle and placed it over Freak's cock. He then began to suck at it violently and move the potato up and down. Freak began groaning painfully as Baz began to chew on his cock. Ultimate then plunged his dick into Baz's tight IRA uniform and ripped a hole into it and landed his cock right in Baz's ass. Freak continued groaning, Baz continued chewing and Ultimate continued thrusting. Freak lodged the dildo he had brought into a space in the now vulnerable ass Baz had. This made Baz stop chewing and instead begin groaning hard. Blue Spike tapped Royal on the shoulder and jumped off the balcony and landed on the floor. Royal got the message and did the same. They returned to his apartment. Royal reviewed the film he had recorded on the TV and proclaimed how well of a job they had done. Blue Spike decided it'd be easier to sleep the night off rather than stay up and ponder what they just watched.